Hey guys, welcome. My name is Dr. Jabra Kazi. This is my YouTube channel. We are talking today Instagram for dentists and how you could triple your Instagram story views. I've been using Instagram stories since the very beginning when they were first introduced as a response to Snapchat, and they've been doing really well since. Obviously, loads of people use Instagram stories and I've used them since that time to varying effect. So here are the things that I've learned and I've started to implement. Especially in the last couple of months, I've noticed that certain things really work and certain things really tank your views. So it's a dynamic thing. So this is going to be something that you've got to work on and work out what works for your account. So point number one is stop giving away your Instagram story space to things that don't help your account. There are plenty of accounts out there that will tag you in their Instagram stories in hopes of a share. This is fine and I don't discourage that. You know, if you're someone who's wanting to do that, then that's great. But for my account, I've found that this really drives down the number of views on my story. So what I do now is if I cannot spin it in a way which is going to fit in with the rest of my story aesthetic and the vibe that I'm setting, I don't use that. So it's actually worked really well for me. As I kind of expected, I saw a massive uptick in the number of story views. So that's something you should really look at. People tag you in their story. If you can't spin it into a way that's going to be engaging for your viewers, don't use it. And I get that's a little bit unsociable in a way, but I think your Instagram story is your prime real estate and you shouldn't be giving it away for nothing. So moving on to point number two, there's been a study that was going around a while back. These social media marketers went and had a look at the impact of stories and they did loads of different tests and stuff. And the one that really stuck with me was how many stories they use. And they said there was a peak after 3, 4 or 5 stories in a given period. So you don't want to be posting more than 4 or 5. After that, the numbers drop significantly. So that's the second thing, is limit the number of stories in a 24-hour period so that any one time there's only 4 or 5 stories that are going. And having done this test myself, since I've stopped doing the things that we talked about in number one, giving away my Instagram story feed space to other people's reposts, I've actually tried this again and it does tank numbers. So make sure not to be using too many. I think it's because people see the number of bars at the top of the screen and go, oh god, that's too much, and just go to the next story. 5 is probably a nice number. You can get away with everyone having a little look at those. And if you're super engaging the whole way through them, you'll probably get good response. And the third point I'm going to talk about today, which I've kind of hinted at in the last couple of points, is about engaging content. So it's something that people are going to want to respond to. They're going to want to press yes or no on a poll or whatever the two options are. They're going to do a quiz and they're going to do a swipe up or something like that, or shares. So you need to create a method or a methodology that you can repeat where people are engaging with your stories. So that's a way that you can really get the numbers up. And I think this particular tip is the main reason my stories have leaped up to around 3,000 or 4,000 views per day per story, as opposed to a little while back when we were hovering around the 1,000 mark. And I'm sure that if I continue to improve upon this, the numbers will go higher again. So to recap, stop giving away that precious Instagram story space to reposts. Number two, the hell was number two? Number two, don't put too many stories in a 24-hour period. And number 3, be more engaging. So that's it for today, guys. 3 little tips that will help you up your Instagram story game. I hope you take them on board and see some results. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you've really enjoyed these tips I've given today around your Instagram stories, and I hope you see some really good results after implementing them. So if you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to like the video and leave a comment down below. That's the YouTube equivalent of the like and the share. And I will see you in the next one.